What's good, team? Right now, bringing you guys another general discussion today. Today's general discussion topic is going to be about mirror matches and how you guys can master them. So, without further ado, let's begin. Starting out by saying why you guys should be trying to master your mirror matches. Well, the reason why you guys should be trying to master your mirror matches is because if you guys are competitive tournament players like me, if you're going to a big event, more than likely you're gonna play against somebody using the same deck as you, unless you're playing Rogue or something off the wall that no one has thought of yet. Which in this type of era of Yu-Gi-Oh, with there's pendulums, monarchs, and etc., it's kind of rare if you're a competitive tournament player. So with that being said, guys, mirror matches are very important. They're even more important than learning how to beat the meta, because you can beat the meta all day, but if you go to a tournament and play mirror matches and you're not well equipped to go against your own deck, you're gonna lose. So starting off with 3 easy ways to master the mirror match pretty much. And the first easy way is gonna be basically just practicing your deck and knowing your deck in and out. And that's pretty much self-explanatory. Just knowing what your deck do, card for card, knowing when to activate cards, it's going to take you such a long way versus the opponent who might burn out resources early, who might make their big plays early, etc, etc. So just get that 30 to 40 hours of playtesting in, or rather 25 to 30 hours of playtesting in throughout the week before you go to a big event. And with that being said, you should have enough knowledge to practice your deck. Now, also with that being said, as far as 30 to 40 hours a week or 25 to 30 hours a week for playtesting, make sure you do that for at least a month or 2 straight prior to a big event. So for a lot of you guys that are going to nationals just next month, if you guys haven't practiced your deck or don't know what deck you're playing, right now is the perfect time to start figuring out what deck you want to play and knowing how to play, because your time is running out. See, me, I said I was going to play Monarchs since the beginning of the format because I have a busy life, and I'm just going to play that deck because that's the most deck I'm comfortable with. For a lot of you guys that have more free time in your hand, experiment, see what works for you, and at least give yourself a 1 month, well, the rest of the time now up until Nationals to make your deck and just play test it non-stop to know the ins and outs. So when you go against the opponent, you're like, okay, they used 2 of this card, so I know they got more than likely 1 left. Now I can try to help them burn out that resource, etc, etc. The next easy tip I'm going to talk about is teching out your deck. Now, with teching out your deck, you might main deck cards to help you beat the mirror match. For a while, some Monarch players I've seen at locals before main deck Massacre Restrict, and their theory behind it is, or side deck Massacre Restrict rather, and their theory behind it is they can establish a big board first, they can flip up the Restrict, and now the opponent cannot beat them, because they set up their monster, the opponent is not going to set up their Monarch monster, and they're going to win. The same can be said for any deck, pendulums, etc. Make sure you tech something that's going to help you for the mirror match, and that's kind of pretty universal for other decks. Pendulums can do this with cards like Trap Holes, like Time Space Trap Hole is a great example. It's good against, obviously, Pendulum decks, and it's also good against decks like Monarchs that special summon, and it's also good against random Synchro decks and Rogue and decks like BA. So, making techs can take you a long way to beat your opponent, because if they're just playing a standard build that they net deck from like a pro player, and you're playing your own personal build with your own techs and choices, that can just help you beat them, because they're thinking the deck works a certain way, but your build plays a little bit different, and it's just going to help you beat the opponent. So teching out your deck is one of the most important ways, it's one of the most important things to do when you're trying to prep for the mirror match. So always have your own special tech when you go to a big event, because that's going to help you out in the long run. And last thing I want to talk about as far as mirror matches are concerned, guys, the number 3 thing is you got to just face the fact that some mirror matches take no fucking skill. Literally, some mirror matches take no skill. So with that being said, walk into the mirror match, like for example, I know Monarch mirror match takes no fucking skill. It's gonna whoever can resolve a Ether or Erebus first is typically is gonna win 9 times out of 10. And it's different for every mirror match, but for the most part, some mirror matches take no skill. So if you have a deck like Monarchs, or if you have a deck like Light Swarm, where whoever can resolve their combo first is gonna win, just go to the mindset of, okay, if I drew a bad hand, let's not try to play this game out to the fullest of my potential. Just hope my opponent fucks up and try to counteract their plays. And if you know they're not going to fuck up and you know they're not going to win, sometimes it might just be best to scoop it up mid-game, because you already know what your deck can do. And you know if they're playing it outright and you know they haven't misplay yet, to save yourself from going to time and just go to game 2 and game 3, because you don't want to. The last thing you want to do when at a tournament is play against the mirror match. You guys are going back and forth, and you know they have the advantage, and you know they're going to win. You know they're not going to misplay, and then time is called, because what's going to happen is they're going to poke you first, or you're going to poke them first, and once somebody's going to get pissed. And for me personally, I hate losing in time, and a lot of you guys will lose in time too. So this, as a closer to wrap up this video, guys, make sure when it comes to mirror matches, get your practice in for your deck, 25 to 30 hours a week. Also, make sure for mirror matches, when you're practicing a deck, put your own tech into the deck. It can take you a long way. Don't just take no one's list verbatim, go to a big event and think you're going to do well in the mirror match. You might just get your ass kicked. And lastly, expect for those of you guys who are playing those mirror match decks like Monarchs, like Sworn, etc., that your mirror match might not take skill, so just roll with it, don't stress it out, and hope you draw better than the opponent. So with all that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you give it a big thumbs up. If I missed out on anything from mirror matches, let me know in the comment section down below. And as I always tell you guys, if you're a new viewer to the channel, I'd love for you to subscribe for more competitive Yu-Gi-Oh content. I upload 3 times a week. Mondays I do my general discussions. On Wednesdays I do my top 10s. And on Fridays I do my Explain series where I explain decks and archetypes in detail. I do these videos so I truly believe in helping you guys become better players, and also do these videos so I truly believe in you guys helping me become a better player. Chris from Team Innovation signing out. Peace, guys. Stay innovative. Deuces. The intro. I'm just going to go over basically what the deck do, tell you guys why the deck is good, and I'm also going to be explaining some weaknesses. So without further ado, let's begin.